you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Leopard! Leopard! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
That's going to set him back 5 yards. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the gun, Jensen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll try and run for it with Smith. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Taken in at the 22. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And 12 yards that time and picking up the first. A handoff to Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Rosen now off the bootleg. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. We know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
play fake here on first down. And this one is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Again from the 20 after the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10.
Gone! Let's go, D. Hey, switch gears. Gone!
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Play action. Jensen looking deep downfield. They got his man complete. And all the way down to the 42. A big play on 3rd there for the Steelers. 41 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A first down carry for Smith. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot.
On the counter, it's Smith. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out.
Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Here's a give to Smith. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
On 3rd down, Jensen. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
Start out on the ground, it's Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Got a man. It's Patterson complete. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. A first down carry for Barkley. A nice little juke. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's a give to Barkley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Busts through the tackle. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Two sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
No. Check. Patriot.
To throw on second down. Jensen. Caught by Nelson left side. Well, that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
No. Check. Patriot.
A handoff to Smith. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Hurry up. Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit.
On first down, Jensen. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. 11 more on that one and another first down. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Watch it now, Barney.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Operating from the gun, Jensen. This will be caught just inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
No, check, Patriot. All right, here we go. 319.
Smith trying to run for it. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Now let's go. 319.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. It's their quarterback scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. Butker now to kick this one away. Now hold it. Everything here, we're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Rosen on 1st and 10. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Now Rosen on 1st down. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Rosen again. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. First down now, but that clock rolling. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's Rosen. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Again, it's Rosen. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Patterson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Rosen to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. 15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go, interception, baby, let's go. All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They begin with a run by Smith. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final shot before break. Jensen trying to lay one up deep. He's got a man complete. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Again, it's Barkley across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the gun on third down is Rosen. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Jadeveon Clowney in there yet again. What else is new as he continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. On is the punter Hecker as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. And now running right through it. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Throwing to start the drive. Jensen caught by Nelson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
56. Lucky 56.
Now Ito Smith. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jensen in the middle of the field. He's got Nelson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
On the run, it's Smith. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And the ball is knocked out, but it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
To throw on 3rd down. Jensen over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On the ground, this is Smith. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll run it again with Smith. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Ship, ship. Boom. Yeah, baby.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
From the gun, Jensen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On 1st and 10, Jensen. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So give him the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. To throw. Jensen, the quick slant cut. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Butker now to kick this one away. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Saquon Barkley, space to maneuver at the 40. And finally, down at the 36-yard line. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Prater for the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off the play fake. Jensen. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. How good has he been throwing the football, though? Despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And, Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
They'll run it here with Smith. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Tim Settle, the Virginia Tech Hokie, in there on the stop. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
He'll buy some time right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5.
Here we go. Green.
Off play action. Jensen. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Tech McKinley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
Operating from the gun. Jensen. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Looking to throw. Jensen. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Taken in at the 11. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Rosen off the play action to Barkley on the check down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And an alley to run. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Throwing on first down. Jensen over the middle. That's caught by Ridley. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On the carry, here's Smith. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find Ridley on the left side. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. You've got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
And the Steelers on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Off the play fake. Jensen. Uncorks one for Davis. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Smith. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Again, it's Smith. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. And the Steelers on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Leopard. Leopard. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Smith. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. One final shot here for Rosen. He's going to let it fly. And he's in! Are you kidding me?
How do you give that up?
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play. This one is going to sting for a while. I mean, how do you let that happen defensively?
One stop.
One stop. I know that it's easy to say that from the booth, but
it is.
How do you let that happen, partner?
That's one of those where sometimes you get overzealous on defense, get out of your lanes, don't take care of your assignments. But let's just go ahead and focus on the offensive guy. Look what they got done.
Yeah.
They needed to make one play themselves, and they did it.
Yeah, that's the reverse side. It was a heck of a play and a heck of an ending to this script. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles. And really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback.